In this video, I want to talk about the best language translation tool that I believe ministries should be looking into and leaning into in 2024 and beyond. One of the greatest opportunities that we have today in AI technology is language translation. You see, at the end of the day, the Bible tells us to go to the ends of the earth with the gospel. And we see in Acts even where they spoke in different languages for the gospel to go to reach new audiences and new places. And we have used language translation by human translators for years. But I think one of the great opportunities we have today is artificial intelligence being a really good language translation tool. Now, it's not just good in the translation of the message in and of itself, but as we use different voices and technologies to actually integrate and allow videos to feel more natural for the consumer of that content, I believe they're going to have more effectiveness in the impact that content is going to have. So that is why I am all about this new platform called Multitood. My friend Nick Vucic, and I had him on my podcast. I'll link to that podcast in the description below. And so I hope you'll go check out that video where he talks about more of the why and the what of Multitood, but I have gotten to experience firsthand being a partner of his for the past decade plus of how he has used language translation in his ministry to reach billions, literally billions of people. And so I believe that each ministry today has a more efficient and effective opportunity through AI translation. And more specifically, he's basically taken the technology that he has utilized for his ministry and helping to make it available through the platform of Multitood for any organization anywhere. So I hope you'll check out Multitood. Let me talk about why I think it's so important. The first reason I believe a platform like Multitood and translation is so important in our ministries is that as God has given us a message to share with people, the reality is the limit of the impact of that message is limited to the people that can understand that message. And so when we leave it in that one language, the impact is limited to that language. Well, now with translation, we have the opportunity for that message to go beyond just the initial audience of that message and now to many audiences. And we see platforms like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is seeing the fastest growth in Spanish, in Korean, and other languages that he's translating his content into. And so we, with our ministry goals and objectives, should be aligned to even how Mr. Beast is using similar technologies to take what he's already created and adapt it to other languages and other people groups that can now also be impacted. And so because of the Great Commission and God's calling us to go to the ends of the earth, I believe we've already created great content that just through a simple tool like Multitood, we can now take that technology further and faster through AI. The second thing that I believe is so important about this technology that is unique to how translation has happened historically is branded voice technology. And this is one of the AI tools that is coming out, and it scares a lot of people because it's also kind of known as deep fake technology, and there's some differences there. But at the end of the day, if I'm recording this video in English, I can actually take it and translate it in another language, but it still sounds like my voice. It aligns in the video, so when somebody is consuming it, it looks and sounds like I am speaking their native language. Well, that's a lot more effective than a voiceover or even just text overlays that's translated. And so the effectiveness of using a branded voice aligned to a face, because when you see my face and then you hear somebody speaking a different language, it just doesn't connect. But if it's actually my voice synced to the video, it's going to be more effective in them understanding the message that I'm communicating than if it's a voiceover that isn't as naturally synced up. So branded voice AI technology is an important, I believe, innovation that's helping our translated content have greater effectiveness. So here's the third reason I'm bullish on Multitood as a platform. It's differentiated from other platforms, and it's their human integration. And so while I love how AI technology is allowing for efficiency of translation and quality improvements of translation, I still believe that from a theological perspective or even just a message or uniqueness of different languages, we need human integrators into those processes of translation. And so I love the efficiency that a lot of these other tools are creating, but I believe the effectiveness that Multitood is creating in their processes of using both the AI but integrating human translators to that process allows for the greatest quality assurance that I believe you can find anywhere. And so Multitude, I think, has really set themselves apart by integrating those two pieces to ensure the effectiveness of that translated content. And then the fourth thing that I love about Multitude is they've actually built their own video player that you can use and feel confident that your content isn't going to be shut down when it's distributed on rented properties. And I've talked about this in other videos that when it comes to social media, I love how YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and a lot of these platforms allow us to reach people we couldn't otherwise reach through their algorithms and through their optimization of how we put the content on those platforms. But we also know we could be shut down at any point on those platforms. And so I believe we need to make sure that we're distributing our translated content through those rented properties, through YouTube, through TikTok, through Instagram. But I also think that we need to make sure that we have those assets available on our own website, on our own platforms that have that stability and security so that we can build an audience in a place that we can own and ensure that it's not going to be taken down. So I believe Multitude has kind of checked all the boxes when it comes to being on the front edge of innovation with translation and branded voices, really being thoughtful as to how they integrate humans into their processes, and then ensuring the security that I believe ministries need to make sure that all of that translated content is hosted and secure on a place that anybody from anywhere can go and consume all of their content in a secure way and not be concerned that it's going to be taken down. So Multitude, I love the innovation work that you're doing. And I can't encourage those of you watching this enough to go and check it out. And I believe that they're offering a free trial where you can test out one of your videos to see what the experience is like. And I think you're going to be very happy. And I believe the potential is really there for anyone that's already creating content on the internet to be able to use this platform to then enhance and reach new audiences very efficiently and effectively.